What's up, homie?
You can't handle the truth. Pay that man his money.
Never say never, but never.
Let's go.
Drop it off to y'all if my homies call.
AFC North fans, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, Cincinnati Bengal fans, Baltimore Ravens, and yes, even you Cleveland Brown fans. It's a Friday night. Your homies in the building. Thanks for tapping in with us, whether you're watching on the KnoItAllz channel, the Steel Curtain Network, Running Through the Jungle, wherever you're checking us out at. We appreciate you for joining us. Right now, you saying, who is us? Tate, you there by yourself? Yeah, I'm by myself for now. You know, the fellas out there doing a Friday night, man. B-Dirt has his beautiful wife's Jess' birthday going on. And Pay's birthday is tomorrow. I'll let Pay disclose his own age tomorrow, but Pay getting to be old. He's always got the old jokes with me. Pay getting to be old. But filling in for the homie B-Dirt, we have a special guest, not new to the Fans First Sports Network. I've done a couple shows, probably on the Run Through the Jungle, but his first time on the homies from the Run Through the Jungle channel, Running Through the Jungle channel, our boy Jay Lacy in the building from Running Through the Jungle, one of B-Dirt's homies over there. Tim Lyon, y'all know Tim. Tim somewhere out there in Majors Land, I'm sure. But let's welcome Jay Lacy to the pod, y'all. Jay Lacy, what's good, man?
What's happening, man? It's good to join the homies, man, because, you know, I know y'all be running through a lot of shit talking on this show. It's great to get into it, man. So I'm happy to be on the show with you guys, with you today, I should say.
Oh yeah, man. Well, y'all, we all one, whether we all here or not, man. But thanks for joining us. Live chat, let them hear it. Yeah, welcome to homie Jay Lacy. Hey, man. So, you know, before we even get this thing going, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you got going on, what podcast you're doing. With we know you obviously. We know you're a Bengals fan. Just tell us about yourself, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm born and raised here in Cincinnati, Ohio, still a local guy here. Obviously, as you already know, I'm a Bengals fan, just grew up that way. So I've seen a lot of heartbreak and disappointments. And as far as podcasting go, yes, for now we do the Run Through the Jungle show. We also do a couple of different episodes as where it's like we're doing, obviously, the reaction show. We recently just started the Pick'em show as well, too, on our channel. But at the end of the day, man, we just love talking ball in general. And we got our other boy who hasn't really kind of been much on this season, but he's doing his own thing. His name is Chase Yance. He does Cut to the Chase podcast. Sometimes he'll implement a little bit of the Bengals Blitz content in there. And so we'll be on talking ball about that. But also otherwise, man, I'm just here chilling for the most part, man. I'm also getting up there in the age where, you know, I'm not out in the streets like that anymore. You know, I'm kind of like settling myself down a little bit because I've already kind of approached the mid-30s mark here. So not really a whole lot that I need to experiment on outside of just my normal wanting to travel and stuff like that, man. But I do enjoy it, bro. I do enjoy it. He said, "There's a Cleveland Browns fan." I'm just looking at the chat, man. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff. It's funny stuff in there.
The homie Jaime Carlos. Shout out, Jaime. Yeah, man. Claude,
not a Browns fan here.
Claude, what's up, Claude? Okay. Your user handle look different, man. You may be watching a different place. I don't know. But shout out to everybody joining. Jay Lacy, you say, you know, you slowing down, you chilling a little bit. I won't say his age. I'll just say the homie Pay though. He probably just left the mid-30s though. He probably just left you in your own neighborhood now. So I'll let y'all figure that out, whatever that means.
Yeah, for me, like I said, I'm in the mid-30s. You know, don't get me wrong, my body feel older than that now. It's things that you used to do in your 20s, you can't really do anymore. That reality check is sitting in with me nowadays. So, I mean, but you know what? here's the thing about the 30s, because obviously in the 20s, you talking to other grown folks or whatnot that's like much older, and then they hear something talk to somebody in their 20s. They think that anybody in their 20s are all the same, whether if you're 21 or 28, it don't matter. There is a difference though. We notice that there's a difference while you're experimenting in your 20s. But when you look back on other people in their 20s, man, they don't care about none of that. I always felt like that once you hit 30 years old, that was the age you start to get respected as an adult. I don't know if that's probably the case like that anymore, because now I'm just starting to be, you're just a baby. I'm still getting all of that. I'm like, bro, when is the age going to creep up to where that whole you're just a baby is going to be not going to be a factor anymore?
It's kind of it's to me, man, it's kind of secular, right? It depends on what group of folk you're talking to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like as far as it goes right now, you big unk to a lot of people, right? I mean, to a whole bunch of low ends, Y ends. You know what I mean?
Right.
You big unk, you pass big bruh. But you know, I'm an OG. Yeah. You know what I mean? I probably was starting to drive when you were starting to walk. See, there's that disparity though.
Yeah.
You know, so you know how old B Dirt is. I'm a few years older than B Dirt.
You don't even look like it though.
Thanks, man. B Dirt is 2 months younger than my little brother.
That's funny. That's
2
funny.
months younger than my little brother.
Yeah, man,
but
that's funny.
So yeah, man, I get it though. But man, we got a good show for you guys. Typical Friday night. You know, the thing don't start moving because B Dirt and Pay not here. They sent their picks. I'll mention some of them, but we're gonna keep that score background. We don't have time to go all. Me and Jay Lacy gonna make our picks. I got Pay and B Dirt's. Like, I'm interested in seeing who Pay picks between the Bears and the Ravens, right? So I'll talk about that pick. I'll let you know B Dirt's prediction for the Bengals and Jets game. Some of the important games I'll bring their picks up, but overall, me and Jay Lacy gonna go through first, talk about the AFC North games. Then we're not gonna make picks, just talk about keys to the games. Then after we take our first break, our second break, I guess that'll be, we'll talk about all the games and make all our predictions at that point. And we'll just go from there, man. We'll see how it turns out. Before we go to our first break, let's shout out everybody in the live chat. Everybody has welcomed Jay Lacy, Craig Werlow in the building, Bigfoot Bob, Jaime, of course, the homie Jaime, Danny JR, 864.
A lot of people, man.
67. Shout out AFL, always rocking with us. Who else is here? Claude, the Matrix Man Bishop, Mr. Woodside in the building.
It's funny though. His comment. You got to pull up his comment because it's funny because I talked about the age thing as well too. 36 to 37. That's when nobody starts to call you young anymore, even older people. I love it.
Right. Yeah, you get respect as you creeping on that 40. Yeah, but I mean, I think Mr. Woodside might be a little older than me, so he might not call you young, you full grown, but you know.
Yeah. I feel like that's the age where you gotta already have your stuff together, man. If you ain't got your stuff together, as a full grown adult by this time, man, I think that is the expectation. I think that's the kind of where I take that comment in. But that was funny because I was asking about that question about what is the age is going to start being where nobody's going to look at you as, oh, you're just a baby. You still got all your life ahead of you and all that stuff. Man, we already know that. You know, but 36, 37, I like that answer.
Yeah, hey, you got to start implementation of the plan at 30. I feel like you know, you can do stuff and have fun and do everything 30. And if you don't got the responsibilities at 30, if you don't have any kids or a family and a wife and all that stuff, you got a few more years. But at some point, hey, once you hit them 30s, boy, you better come out them 30s completely focused though, with a plan. Right. Start working it and everything for real. Trust me.
Yeah,
that's a whole thing. But usually on our show, I'm probably talking to a lot of old heads anyway. They know all this stuff. So you know, but yeah, man. Mel Blunt Tough just came in the building. Appreciate everybody. Everybody for rocking with us. Be sure to hit that like, that subscribe, that thumbs up if you haven't. Be it on the Steel Curtain Network, Running Through the Jungles, or our KnoItAllz channel. Just go ahead and tap in. We're gonna take our first break right now. If you watch every week, you know on YouTube, we're not going anywhere. We'll take a quick pause for the calls. For those folks listening on the audio platform, after a few words from our partners and advertisers, And we'll be right back after this. Thanks for joining us on a Friday Night Homies. We'll be right back.
What you saying?
And we're back on the Friday Night Homies with my boy Jay Lacy from the Run Through the Jungle podcast. Here to talk about some of these weekend games. Let me just get our little background music going. We need a little background music in the building.
Let's do it,
Cut
man.
it
Yeah,
down.
the dead silent, the
Set the
dead
mood.
quiet is. I don't like hearing my own thoughts at times like that. When you on a live show, man, you gotta hear the tunes cranking in the background. That's how I
Yeah,
like to get
man.
down too.
Let's see which beat I got for us today. We'll just do something like this. Okay. Jay Lacy, what AFC North game we'll talk about first? You know what? We'll say the best for last, and since we Bengals and Steelers fans on this episode, our teams is the best for last as far as the AFC North goes. Let's talk about this Browns Patriots game. Cleveland, I believe, goes to Cleveland go to New England.
Let's see, let me take a look here.
Cleveland goes to New England.
Mm-hmm.
1 o'clock game. Man, how do you see this game? I believe the Browns they won last week against the Dolphins. I think they're 2-5, and I think the Patriots are 5-2 or 4-2. 5-2, I believe. Yes, week 8. 5-2, man. So what do you think about this game? You think anything the Browns did is sustainable last week, or were they just playing the Dolphins? Or what do you think about the Browns in this game, man?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like this number one can be a trap game for the New England Patriots for real. And I say that is because Cleveland, in my opinion, out of everybody in the AFC North, their defense is the one I trust the most. They got guys all over the place. We already know what Myles Garrett brings to the table. But that D line is actually a force altogether, man. Isaiah McGuire, he's out there wrecking havoc too, getting those opportunities because everybody's so concerned and worried about Myles Garrett. You got Mason Graham, who's come on strong early enough as a rookie, man. So I think that number one, they're going to pose a lot of problems for this New England offense early on. Look, I get it, man. The spread is, I bet, like 7.5 points favoring the New England Patriots. They're at home. I like these guys, obviously, in this game as far as the Patriots go. But I got a funny feeling, man. The Patriots better be careful, man. Like, if the Browns start to sneak out of here and start stealing wins here and there or whatnot, you already know the AFC North is a struggle bus altogether. They can actually find themselves to steal this division away if they get things right on their side of things. Last week when they played the Miami Dolphins, I do think it was a twofold case where, number one, the Dolphins are just a hot mess altogether. I don't know what's going on with Tua. He's throwing picks left and right. And then on the other side of the coin is, well, the Browns still have a really good defense. So, and it's tough to play in Cleveland. You guys know that as Pittsburgh fans, man. Pittsburgh have a hard time playing in Cleveland. So I think you only had one win since 2019 up there. So with that being said, they're on the road now, and I don't anticipate Cleveland like coming out here and getting a staple win on the road in an environment like in New England. But I do think that they can make it entertaining to an extent. I will say I'm still going to go with the Patriots in this game to win this, but I'm not going to be surprised, bro, if Cleveland pulls off the upset victory here, just because, man, they got a good defense that can win them games enough alone. But, man, I also like what New England is doing on defense too. Milton Williams, bro, that signing in the offseason for them is paying off really well. Obviously, we can talk about Drake May on offense, but the defense for the Patriots, in my opinion, will pose more issues for the Cleveland offense, more so than the Cleveland Browns defense posing problems for the Patriots offense. Because Stephon Diggs, bro, he don't care who he go against on that defense. I like Denzel Ward's matchup against him, but I think that he ain't seen anybody that he hasn't even like faced like adversity-wise that's giving them problems or whatnot. So give me the Patriots in this one. I think it's a nice little fun game. If I were a betting man to have to bet on the money line on this game, I probably would not bet on the money line. I mean, because they're not going to make enough money off of that. I would probably bet maybe the Browns to cover, because if it's 7.5 right now is the line from what I saw here last on the ESPN Sportsbook. I think the Browns can get at least to 7 or 6 points. So that's how I feel like how I see that this game is shaking out.
Okay. A lot of good information there. Got a super chat from the homie Claude, Mr. Matrix himself. Claude, thanks for the $2. We thank you every time, Claude. You usually always hear super chat and stuff like that. You know we appreciate you. We know you is Big G's arch nemesis, and you always here trolling us, man. Jay Lacy, I guarantee before the show over, Claude gonna put up a super chat that say you the best thing ever happened to the show. Because everybody that's not me or Big G, Claude loves them. So that compliment is coming before the end of the show. No Diddy, compliment's coming. No Diddy, but it's going to happen. Claude's going to give you that compliment. Trust me. But to know what you thought about how you guys embarrassed the Steelers last week, man. How was you feeling after that W?
Man, I don't even put it as an embarrassment because it was a great game, man. Like if you weren't a fan of either one of these two teams and you just watched it like a normal Thursday night game, like a normal NFL fan, you would have been like, damn, that was one hell of a game. And kudos to Cincinnati for coming into this game and pulling off the win, because a lot of pundits and experts had already written the Bengals off. They thinking that Joe Flacco wasn't going to be like that. But I think that people forgot a couple of things. Number one, people brought up a lot about the Thursday night record for the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. He was 2-9 going into the game. And I think that it's not a Pittsburgh Steelers problem. I mentioned this quite a bit on the Run Through the Jungle channel when we did our Pick'em show. This is a whole league issue. The road team on Thursday night football it's not a good matchup for the road team at all. It damn near favors the home team a lot.
And it's really bad in the AFC North.
It's so bad in the AFC North.
The disparity, really the home teams in the North on Thursday night games, the Steelers are 9-2. I think the Ravens might be 9-0. The Bengals are like, oh my gosh, 7-3 or 7-2, and the Browns even got a winning record. But everybody that plays away on Thursday nights in the AFC North all has losing records.
Bad records, bro. But you just put up there. I'm glad you mentioned Baltimore in that, because Baltimore rarely plays on the road on Thursday night football in the AFC North. They don't never have to go against this obstacle. And before the season started, when the schedule was released, the first thing that Bengals looked at is how many primetime games you get. That's usually what a lot of people do. And then when we saw that we was going to once again on the road for the third straight year in a row on Thursday night in Baltimore, we was like, man, come on, bro. Because we know that that's like a death sentence for real. And it's the fourth year in a row that the Bengals played the Ravens on primetime in Baltimore. So it's like, bro, those kind of environments never favor the road team. So that was one thing that I had already notched against the Steelers in that avenue. It ain't a Mike Tomlin problem. It's a league problem. But the second thing is Joe Flacco, people don't recall his career like that with the Ravens, especially Steelers fans. But maybe Steelers fans do, but he's kind of like had great matchups and great games against the Steelers during his heyday. Like he gets up for those games.
That win the other day, which you guys made Joe Flacco 12-12 over his career against the Steelers. 500.
Yeah. And I'm not. And again, it's. I
know Lamar Jackson now. I don't think Joe Burrow is 500 against the Steelers.
No. I think that Joe Burrow is getting close because he hasn't played a lot against the Pittsburgh because, doing some of those injury seasons and whatnot. But outside of Joe Burrow, for many Steelers fans, because a lot of Steelers fans that's going to listen to the show, I don't think I know this, but I know a lot of Steelers fans, they respect Joe Burrow more than Lamar Jackson just because they know that if there's any quarterback that can walk in the Heinz Field / Acrisure Stadium and beat Pittsburgh, it's probably Joe. It ain't Lamar. I'm sorry. I like Lamar. I respect him, but he can't beat Pittsburgh in Heinz Field. Cleveland sure as hell can't either. So, but Joe Flacco was a guy that I wouldn't say he had his number, but he's had good games against Pittsburgh during his tenure. So, obviously, he has some L's, but he also has some good wins, too. And I think that a lot of people forgot about that, too. He ain't watched. I mean, he's past his prime. He ain't like the same Joe that he was before. But I think those were the main two elements, the Thursday night road game for Pittsburgh and then Joe Flacco sort of finding his footing. I used the measuring stick when it came to the Green Bay game, the game before that. I need to see how they look. He looked good in the second half. And I was like, okay, I've seen what I need to see. I never thought the Bengals were going to beat the Packers in Lambeau. The Thursday night game against Pittsburgh, that was the game, in my opinion, that you need to actually launch yourself off to have at least a fundamental offense, because you just wasn't getting it with Jake Browning. And that's what I think fans are finally excited for. It ain't about the fact that, we beat the Steelers. I'm going to be honest. For me personally, I can't speak for all Bengals fans. For me personally, this is not the Big Ben era Bengals that had us beat for like 11 straight times at one point. This ain't that Steelers to me, because I feel like those big brother, little brother syndrome, that's kind of done in my opinion. You'll always have us with championships. When it comes to rings, y'all got it. We ain't got no rings yet. But when it comes to the actual individual matchups, that's the game that I'm looking for. That's the thing that I look forward to the most, because I have fun when we go against Pittsburgh nowadays, just because I know it's a great game. We might not win, but we also might not lose. So, yeah.
Yeah, I take that back. Joe Burrow's record against the Steelers was 4-3. 4 wins, 3 losses.
Yeah.
But super chat from Fee. Thanks, Fee. You know we appreciate you. Thanks for tapping in with us. As always, glad to have you here. She says, hey, Tate, you're my guy. Thanks, Fee. You my girl. Great show. Said, Claude, kick rocks. Claude, that's to you. Oh, she's just kidding, Claude. You lucky. She LLO'd you, but I'm gonna approve that message though, Claude, with the kick rock part, man. But you're still my guy too, though, Claude. I'm just saying, but you still kick rocks, bro.
He said you don't make crazy takes like your boy Big G does.
Nah, not at all. I'm the voice of reason on the show typically. You know, between me and Big G anyway. Brandon B Dirt's pretty reasonable, man. Pay kind of all over the place, but you know, them guys not here, so F them right now. But nah, man, as far as this game goes, the Browns Patriots, I like your assessment of it. I do think, to me, and I'm gonna keep it simple so we can move on to the next game. To me, the key is the Browns can score 21, the Browns can win. If the Browns can score 21, the Browns, I don't care how they get it, it could be 2 defensive touchdowns. If they can score 21, they can win the game. I'll just say that.
I agree.
So the next game we got, man, we'll talk about, and I'll look at Pay's picks for this. We'll talk about the Bears versus Ravens. This is interesting. Somebody said in the live chat that Lamar is still questionable. I kind of on our KnoItAllz Pick'em show yesterday, we pick on Thursday afternoon at noon, the big noon Pick'em show, and there's no changing your picks. Once you go in Thursday noon, you know everything might not even be official yet. As far as the injury reports, who's questionable, who's not playing, we made picks. Now it's clearly stated I'm picking Baltimore. I know I can't change this, but I'm picking Baltimore based on the fact that with Lamar, intentions of Lamar playing. That was my pick there. But this Ravens-Bears game should be a good one. I'm not going to tell you my prediction yet. I'll wait to tell you when we get to all the games. But it should be a good one, man. It's a good matchup. The Bears have won 4 straight games. Right. I feel like the Ravens have lost. They lost 4 straight games. Yeah. So, yeah, man, this is where the rubber meets the road. I mean, what do the Bears do? The Bears were gifted a win, I feel like, the week before last, that Monday night against the Commanders when Jaden Daniels fumbled that ball as they were trying to salt the game away. And last week, who did the Bears beat last week? It was a close game too.
I got looking back on my sheet here.
Did they play the Saints? They played the Saints down in New Orleans.
The Saints, yep.
Yeah, so they played the Saints. So we'll see what happens this game, man. Real quick, what's your quick assessment of this game?
Well, I'm kind of twofold when it comes to Baltimore and Chicago. They are trending in opposite directions. If you're Baltimore, you got to win this game. If you have any shot remotely to try to get back into the division race, you got to win this game. Problem is, the rest of the AFC is starting to get stacked from the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the seeding parts, to the point where it's like, I don't know, man, if you're going to see any AFC North teams making it into the wild card round. So if Baltimore wants to keep up with the pace and come out of the basement a little bit, they got to win this game. For the Chicago Bears, you're riding a simple high of the momentum where it's like, look, man, you won 4 straight. They got their get back from last year's fest against the Commanders, whereas that was the famous Hail Mary that kind of really catapulted Jaden Daniels' image into like the superstardom category realm last year. But they got their get back on that. So it was like, y'all got us on a Hail Mary. We'll get you on his fumble, and then y'all take it for the go-ahead touchdown and win the game that way. So they're a fun to watch team. I really do like what I'm seeing from the Chicago Bears. I feel like that Caleb Williams is finally kind of coming into his own. It's no Diddy. He's finally coming into his own as far as like being an actual quarterback running a
no Diddy.
I was waiting for that drop too, by the way. Yeah. Your first official one on the homies, man. Go ahead. But you know, the live chat, everybody just saying we get no Diddy's all the time. I know, bro. I know. Like I said, when I watched y'all from far, like it's always somebody that's got to say it and is going to clip that. So I was waiting for that to come. Yeah. So
that's another one. You just did it again.
No Diddy. Just heard it too, as I said it too. Like, damn, I gotta keep counting my own no diddies. So that's 2 on my. Let me be quiet because I feel like I'm gonna get a third one if I say something else more. But but yeah, nah, should be a fun game in my opinion. Like I said, I think that this game is going to be a lot better than what probably your casuals that look at the records and look at the spread might anticipate. Lamar being there or not, I think that Baltimore being at home, they're still going to be a tough out. They just had a situation with a bad quarterback playing. Like Cooper Rush, he's not that dude. It's like us when we had Jake Browning. It's just not looking good, bro. You got to make a change. This could be the week for him.
Did they switch to Tyler Huntley?
I believe so, that they're going to be moving to Tyler Huntley as reports I'm saw today. But there's still a question out there that Lamar can still play. But if he doesn't play and if it's Tyler Huntley, okay, I still like him better than Cooper Rush.
Yeah, no, I think, hey, whatever you think about it, Tyler Huntley is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Pro Bowl quarterback.
That is crazy that he actually made it to a Pro Bowl.
Oh man, everybody makes it a Pro Bowl nowadays with all the subs and everybody sitting out and stuff. I mean, hell, Russell Wilson made it last year.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too. Yeah, that was crazy.
Pickens, you big dummy. What up, fam? Good to have you with us, man. Definitely appreciate you on a Friday night. Mark Tobin in the building. Shout out, Mark. Appreciate you joining us too, man. Have I missed anybody? Great 19389 tapping in. Oh, Fee, you being diabolical over there like your boy Big J. You say Bears for the win. So, Jay Lacy, let me ask you this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fan in you.
Yeah.
If you root for somebody in this game, who you root for? Do you root for the Ravens to lose? Is that a thing?
Absolutely. Yeah, bro. I'm hate watching. Bro, when it comes to the division foes, man, you got to root for your division rivals to lose. There is a healthy dose of respect across the board when it comes to like players that like, I'm sorry, I do like Lamar and I root for him to truly be successful because it is tough. I mean, let's call it what it is. He dealt with a lot of criticism because of how he plays his quarterback style coming out in the draft. And they kind of questioned him saying that he needed to move at receiver.
He dealt with a lot of criticism because he's an African-American quarterback. That's what they all do. He's a running back, not a quarterback. But if you look at his numbers, he has the best passer rating, I believe, recently, unless something happens since he's been injured, of all time. And he has the most rushing yards from the quarterback position all time. Now, he's yet to win a big game, you know, and I think that's what holds him back. But should have maybe 3 MVPs.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not gonna knock Lamar. I like Lamar as a player. I root for you know, you root for some players, but you don't necessarily root for their teams and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so I like Lamar. I mean, but I'm not in this game. I may root for the Ravens just because they 1-5, and I don't care if they win really, because Pittsburgh should control their own destiny as far as that goes. If they lost, I wouldn't be mad. But I think I'd rather laugh at Pay and have the Bears lose and have the Ravens win than to see the Bears beat the Ravens, because then I hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for me, because obviously, you know, I want the Bengals to be in the playoff position too, and they ain't going to give. It's not going to do any of them no favors if the Ravens win this game, just because we still got 2 matchups against the Ravens that probably will feature Lamar at most, and we probably still ain't going to have Joe at least for up until the second one. So with that being said, it's like, man, I got to stuff y'all down the bottom of the barrel as much as possible. I got to see y'all lose, but you look at the slate of games that they got, even after the Bears game, dude, it's a bunch of cupcakes. It really is, bro. So they already got the hard stretches out the way when it comes to going against some of the big dog teams, you know, and they lost to them, unfortunately. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Lions. No Diddy.
You guys to chill.
Wait, hold on. Did I do it again? I did. That's number 3.
You got to get the hard stretches out the way. We going to clock that one all day.
All right. Okay. All right. That's fair. I did not notch it down as a third one, but
but yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I mean, if Joe Flacco was still the Ravens quarterback, I would definitely root against him. I mean, just because I know how good the Ravens can be. And I'm not rooting for them, but I wouldn't be mad if they beat the Bears. If they was 6-0 and beat the Bears, forget Lamar. I want you to lose. Go sick. We need you to get some losses.
Right.
But just seeing them come back and the fact that they playing Caleb and the Bears, and I watched the AFC North show. What's the name of the show? King of the North or something they do with the NFC North. Pay and his crew over there. Everybody in that division thinks they're gonna sweep the AFC North. So
yeah, you got to get some L's at some point.
We had Dave from the First and Skull Vikings podcast come on as a guest when we played the Vikings, and man, he had me questioning my own team. Man, the Vikings are going to destroy us over in Dublin. And I don't think the Vikings have won a game since then, man. But the way they was talking, though, my God. But yeah. Man, I'm anticipating a good game between the Bears and the Ravens. I think Caleb Williams has been playing better, like you kind of alluded to. He's not looked bad lately over his last, I'd say, since the last half of last year and then going into this year. He had a couple of bad throws, a couple of inaccuracies and things, but he's still a young quarterback. The fact of the matter is, I think he uses his legs when necessary. He doesn't look to run, but he will pull it down and get the yardage. Oh, no, did he for myself? He will tuck the ball away and get the yardage that he can, the extra yardage that he can get. I guess I can say that. But, yeah, man, so looking forward to a good game. I'll let you know that pick after we come back from breaking through our picks. Let's go ahead. We're going to knock these next two AFC North games out the way. There are teams, the Bengals and the Jets. Let me tell you what I think about that real quick, man. Then I'll let you talk about it briefly, but, I'll let you go with the Steelers first. I'm going to go with the Bengals first. I look for the Bengals to probably win this game. Flacco, I think, was a good pickup for you guys. Probably not a bad trade for the Browns. I know what Mike Tomlin said and people think, but if it's only a bad trade if he comes back and they beat the Browns. And Flacco, well, by that time, Flacco may not be playing. I think you guys played the Browns last game of the season.
Right, correct, yeah.
Yeah, so Flacco may not be playing then. But if Flacco keeps the Bengals in the mix and alive, Browns, it could be on you. But good acquisition by you guys because let's face it, you guys had like about $120 million tied up in those three players. And when the pilot of the plane goes down, the co-pilots need the pilot to fly that thing, right? So you had an inadequate pilot when Browning was the quarterback. So what do? You go get the old crafty pilot off the couch from out the scrapyard and say, pilot, we need you to make this one last flight with us, man.
Yeah.
Just get us here for a few weeks, run this plane for a few weeks and we'll see what we can do. We don't need you for a long time. We just need you right now. And he came out against Pittsburgh. He's been successful against Pittsburgh. We alluded to that. He's played a lot of big games. He's Super Bowl MVP, 18 years of experience. And he was a good investment simply for the fact not that he is a major investment in the way of money allocated, but he's a major investment in the way what he can do for your other assets, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. He got them guys the ball. Because they're two of the, probably to me, the best wide receiver duo in the league. I know Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson go back and forth. And who's number 1, 2? Jamar Chase number 1 again, whoever didn't think it. Jamar Chase number 1 again in my book. But yeah, man, so Flacco getting those guys the weapon. Your defense didn't play super well. He gave 31 points to us. Steelers, if they defense play like anything, Steelers, you guys win that game. The Bengals look good. The Jets are on a struggle bus. Aaron Glenn, don't sound like Woody Johnson going to fire him, which is okay with me because, I don't care. But, Justin Fields, you left Pittsburgh. You regret you was bad in Chicago. You were where we're at right now. You were 4-2 last year and 6 starts with the Steelers. Steelers, you leave. We get Aaron Rodgers who couldn't win nothing with the Jets last year. Now he's 4-2. And you over there big 0-7, getting benched for Tyrod Taylor. And I think the Bengals are going to just outscore you guys. Bengals scored 28. You win that game. The Jets ain't proved to us the past 2 or 3 weeks they can even get to 15 points. So that's how I look at that game. How you look at it real quick, man?
Yeah, man. This is a game that if you're the Bengals, you're looking at is like, bro, you better stuff these guys and bury the dirt over them and don't let on you them to kind of make this into a trap game for the Bengals. I get it, the record is what it is, but as you just mentioned with Joe Flacco, he is the guy that is stabilizing the ship and allow us to be able to run an offense efficiently. We didn't have that with Jake Browning. As we already mentioned before, Jake Browning was just absolute trash, like to the point where I don't even think this dude needs to be in the league anymore. His opportunities as a backup quarterback might ever be in question moving forward after
what
this
happened
year.
to him? Because when he stepped in a few years ago, he was good for a few games. What happened to him?
I mean, so regarding the 2023, there's a little bit of tongue in cheek in that. Go ahead. I already know what's coming. Go ahead.
It's going to happen again because what you just said after that.
No, Diddy.
Okay, that's one for both of them. Go ahead, man.
I'm marking it down as 5, by the way. So, but regarding Jake Browning, when it comes to 2023, I get it. People look at the record and be like, "Oh, well, he was doing good when Joe Burrow wasn't in there," and I'm like, "Yeah, he did all right." But when I look back at those games and look back at the film, really, it was one game, just one game, to where he played above expectations in my book, and that was the Monday night road game at Jacksonville. I thought that the Bengals was going to get off the walks. Yeah. I thought we were going to lose by like 2 scores plus whatever in that game. But he made his first start against the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. He looked like garbage. And Pittsburgh just went and feasted on him on both matchups. Baltimore.
If I remember right, and I don't associate things with what the Bengals did, but I think that's the game that the Steelers, that Deontay Johnson didn't block or jump on a fumble or something.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. He got chewed out like crazy. And I think George Pickens got chewed out a little bit on that as well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, it was some signs early on regarding your guys' wideouts during that time. It was like, okay, maybe these guys are not the long-term investments for the long term. But it was definitely one of those games where it's like already walking into your first start against a division foe, against that defense, that pass rusher, and TJ Watt. Yeah, you're not winning that game, even if it is at home. And they didn't win that game. And that was also one of the first signs of the defense struggling pretty bad. We know what it is now, but 2 years ago, man, we should have saw it at that point. It was like, yeah, we ain't got it on defense either. Because if I'm not mistaken, Kenny Pickett and that offense ended up, I think we gave up 400 yards of total offense that game. But there were signs early on, as I'm trying to get to this point here, and I'm going to land my plane here. There were signs early on that
you reminded me. Now I think that's the first game the Steelers play after firing Matt Canada. First game they play after firing Matt Canada. And but before you finish your thought, go ahead and read Fee's comment, then finish your thought, man.
Yeah, watch the Jets win close because the Bengals go into the game with the mindset of you know what? And that's why you if you're the Bengals, man, you better be taking this game seriously, man. You don't need to be thinking that, oh, you've arrived. Don't let that Thursday night win fool you. You still could have lost that game. Let's just be honest here. We still could have lost that game. No matter all the stats I put out there about the Thursday night road game opponents and all that, you still could have lost it if you're the Bengals. That defense for the Bengals is just not good. I'm sorry. We're just not that good on defense. Although there are certain pieces that I like and I'm starting to see develop the way that I would like to. But I think that with Jake Browning, he just lost his magic, bro. Like, there was really no magic there to be had. I think the team also around him 2 years ago was better. You had Joe Mixon running the ball better, taking the pressure off of him a little bit. Jamar Chase, he showed you that he can be a guy that can really be a catalyst and steer the offense. And as long as you just target him in the ball, same with T. Higgins. The Vikings game, and everybody remembers the Vikings game the most because that was where T. Higgins had that crazy extension of the arm to get in the end zone. But that was a T. Higgins game. Like, Jake Browning was not good that day. He was just not good at all. He threw a couple of interceptions and got us down 17-3 going into the fourth quarter. And if it wasn't for T. Higgins rescuing the situation, I don't know, man, we could have lost in that game too. But there were signs there that Jake Browning is not sustainable as a quarterback. And I think that when he had to come into the lineup to start games since Joe Burrow went down, yeah, you kind of snuck one against Jacksonville, who really beat themselves. But the bottom of the barrel fell out with this kid, man. He is just not good. And I think that people just got caught wind of that early, that this dude he does not have an NFL arm, and you need to make a change real quick because you can't continue this, especially if you're trying to talk about getting the hopes of Joe Burrow coming back. You can't you can't keep trotting Jake Browning out there and thinking that you can run the same stuff. You can't. So good move by the Bengals making a Flacco trade. But I think for this game, you got to keep the momentum going. You cannot give the Jets any sign of life if you're the Bengals. And if you're the Jets, man, I don't know. I mean, you can pull off upsets. There's always a pathway to win games and to lose games because it's the NFL any given Sunday. But you ain't got Sauce Gardner. You ain't got Garrett Wilson in this game. You still don't want to give out the book of who's going to start at quarterback, whether it's Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields. I think that's a weird approach by Aaron Glenn, the coach. Bottom line is, I think that he might be a one and done head coach at the end of this year. They keep up with this here.
Yeah, man, I don't disagree. Okay, so we can keep moving. Let's go ahead and you go ahead and tell us your thoughts on the Steelers Packers. What are you looking forward to in that game?
Oh boy, my favorite game of the week when it comes to our division, man. It's Aaron Rodgers, man, going against his old team. I mean, you can't ask for. Only thing I do wish for is that this game was in Lambeau Field, just because if Aaron Rodgers gets the memory of just walking on the Lambeau Field for the final time, if this is going to be his last season in the NFL, it would have been great if it was on the road in Green Bay this time. But it's in Pittsburgh. It's still against his old team. Man, this is going to be one of my favorite games to watch. That's the obvious storyline that's going to like dominate headlines. But from a more cerebral standpoint, going in depth when it comes to the individual matchups and the team matchups, if you're Pittsburgh, you got to rebound, because I think that Pittsburgh's defense is still really good. They just ran into a tough situation on Thursday night because they didn't anticipate the Bengals establishing a running game. And then when they did try to focus on stopping the run, then the quick passing game took them out of their element too. And then the Bengals still was able to run the ball. But if you're also Pittsburgh, you were able to run the ball. The problem is, though, Green Bay's defense is not the Bengals' defense. Green Bay's defense, in my opinion, is way better. They're like one of the tops in the league, in my opinion. I mean, it ain't just because they added Michael Parsons, too. They got guys, their corners, they know how to cover guys. We saw them 2 weeks ago, and I was surprised at a lot of the catches that Jamar Chase had on their DBs. Pittsburgh got to be ready for that. And I know that the age-old question right now starting to happen for this year is that who's going to be the number 2 receiver that's going to get catches outside of DK Metcalf? You got to start using your tight ends more. If the game against the Bengals told you anything, is that you got to start reinvigorating Pat Freiermuth in his offense. It can't just be Darnell Washington and Jonnu Smith. You got to be able to add a little bit more into that room and a little bit more play action and stuff. I also enjoy watching Aaron Rodgers, man. I think that he's going to want to put on against his former team. Is that a no Diddy part or no?
No, I ain't no Diddy, man.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I think he's going to want to show
that's just no Diddy injecting some Jeezy in the building. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You know that old Jeezy record I put on for my city. So I think he's going to want to put on against his former team. You got Jordan Love that's going to prove that he can beat his predecessor too if you're the Green Bay Packers. But this is not going to be no walk in the park win for the Green Bay Packers. So if you're the Packers, man, you gotta walk real carefully here. You're going into a place where, historically speaking, it is not easy. Jordan Love already lost in Green Bay before. In Pittsburgh before. If I'm not mistaken, 2 years ago. He can lose this game this weekend too. So if I'm him, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled and be like, look, I ain't got this in the bag. But if you're Pittsburgh, you gotta tighten up a little bit, because this is the anticipation where everybody is starting to watch you kind of collapse a little bit, because everybody was saying like, oh, Pittsburgh got off of this fast start, but we know that there's going to be an inevitable moment like in the last 4 or 5 years where the collapse is going to come. Is that this week going to continue? So if you're Pittsburgh, you got to go against that too. So, but it's my favorite game for the weekend for a multitude of reasons. For the other games, it's like, they're there, but I don't really care. You know, even my own Bengals game, this is the game that's going. They got it right by putting this on the national window at 8:15 on NBC Sunday night.
Yeah, no, I agree with a lot of what you said. My only thing is, I watched Green Bay last week. Pittsburgh played Thursday. You played Thursday against us, so you know that. But I watched Green Bay last week. Getting my scout on. They struggled against Jacoby Brissett in the Arizona Cardinals with no James Conner. With they do have Marvin Harrison, but Marvin Harrison, a one-man game out there like DK Metcalf, and I believe they're on their third string running back, or at least their third string was getting a lot of work because the Miko dude that fumbled over the goal line, he was filling in for the guy who was filling in for James Conner. So, yeah, the running back is not as good. He had a decent game last week. So, to me, the key is stopping Josh Jacobs. We talked about this on Wednesday night on the Pump Your Brakes podcast between myself, Big G, and Shannon. Each of our keys, well, 3 keys between us. Stop the run, stop Josh Jacobs, get pressure on Jordan Love, and ball control of the Steelers offense to be able to run the ball, interwork your short passing game as part of the running game, and take big shots when they're available. So, and I think the defense will definitely play better than they did against you guys. The Green Bay has a lot of good receivers. The Bengals have 2 elite receivers. So I think there's a difference in that. So I'm not really worried about the receivers. Even though they're good, I'm not worried about them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jamar Chase was putting whoever the Steelers put on him in the air fryer because they was getting cooked. You know, that's what Jamar Chase was doing to any DB they put on him. So I think part of that was scheme too. But, so I'm not worried about the Packers as far as that goes. Their defense, a good defense, I believe, top 3 against the rush, and the number 1 defense against limiting big plays. So that speaks to their corners, that speak to the rush. I don't know. I don't think the secondary is super dope. I think even though they got a really, really good defense, I think that's the worst level of their defense, their secondary. I like their linebackers, and obviously their line and edge. So, hey, I think we need to run the ball, control the clock, pressure on Jordan Love, and stop Josh Jacobs. It starts with stopping Josh Jacobs first. So, yeah. Let's go back and retrack, and we'll give our predictions for the game. So then we'll take a break. We'll come back and just go over the rest of the games really quickly. And we get out of here around hour and 5 minutes. So the first game we talked about, Browns Patriots. What's your score in that game? Hey man, I'm gonna show you guys, man, what I got going on here. So the homie B Dirt writes the lines down and stuff. I mean, he literally writes it down in handwriting and chicken scratch. So I'm trying to read what the lines are. Instead of just taking a screenshot, like he's B Dirt less tech savvy than me. So I'm reading this old scribe with check marks and highlights and everything. And I don't know, man. I think the Patriots are favored by 7.
We got 7.5 on the ESPN betting line here.
Okay, well, all right, yeah, okay. Can you pull up the DraftKings betting line?
I don't have the DraftKings app, but I do have. But they're basically all feeling like they're the same.
The Browns plus 7 is what I'm going through the handwriting the game. I'm jumping order, so okay, I see it now. The Browns plus 7. So who do you like in that game? And just pick a winner. And I'm gonna take the Browns plus 7. I think the Browns cover. I don't know if they win, but they can win. Like I said already, they scored 21. Yeah. They can win. But I take the Browns in the 7 though.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to win, and I think that the Browns will cover too. I'm going to keep it simple like that. I think that when you start to kind of mess with these spreads, like these larger spreads, it tends to get a little tricky. It's exactly what you said when we talked about this game earlier. If Cleveland can get to 21 points, man, there's a good shot that they can win this game and pull off the upset, even though it is on the road. So I do got the Patriots win, but the Browns to cover.
Okay, we looking at the Bears are getting 7 at the Ravens. Yeah. I think DraftKings and they folks in Vegas is planning on Lamar playing too, like I did.
Yeah,
but
right.
So how do you see that game ending up? Bears plus. I think 7.
that. Some of the wise guys are saying that, look, man, all the stupid money is going to go on the Ravens to cover and not win. That's probably the right thing if you're a bettor, but I think the Ravens actually pull off the upset here. And that's even regarding if Lamar's status is up in the air or not, if he doesn't even play. I think that the Ravens, we didn't even bring this up.
It wouldn't be an upset because the Ravens are giving 7. Ravens minus 7. The Bears are +7.
It is 7.5 favoring the Ravens. Okay,
Yeah.
or 7 favoring the Ravens. Okay, so yeah, no, they are anticipating Lamar playing in this game.
Right.
I'm basing it off of, first of all, then if based off that, I misread that. I'm staying away from this game, but from a betting perspective, because I think that the Ravens can win this game just outright. Period, regardless if they have Lamar or not. I think one of the underrated elements that we ain't talking about is the Ravens going to get a lot of these guys back coming from injury, like Roquan Smith, all those guys.
That part.
They get a lot of these dudes back, and they're going to have some depth now.
That part.
So I think that they're in for if Lamar doesn't play, the Bears are going to be in for a wild upset because regardless, I just don't trust the Bears in this spot, even though I want to see them win as a division rival enemy against the Ravens. But I think that the Ravens, they got to stop the slide at some point, and I think this can probably be the week where they kind of get themselves on the right track to start going on a run before Lamar officially comes back and start playing ball again.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
That's the fact, Jack.
So I'm going to say, I think Lamar plays, and I think Derrick Henry gets going. And the part that you said, that's why I said facts about, is that other guys are going to be back too.
Mm-hmm.
Roquan Smith going to be back. Marlon Humphrey may be back. I mean, they've been missing a lot of pieces the Ravens have that they're going to get back. So
seriously,
I'm not saying I'm looking forward to it, but I think as far as this game goes, you got to take that into account. I think at home they can win by 7. I think Derrick Henry has a big game. Coming off a bye, he's rested. He's revisiting those fumbles in his head that he's had earlier this year that, not are direct results of them losing, but are part of the reason they lost some of them games. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens to cover that. That's a big number. That's 7. But I think if they're gonna win, they're gonna win by it's gonna be like a 31-21 game. So I'm gonna take the Bears to cover at home. Okay, now let's just go in order. No, we still got 2 more. You guys against the Jets, the Bengals against the Jets. The spread on DraftKings is Jets +6. Jets are getting 6 points.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bengals to win, and I fully expect the Bengals to cover in this game. It's time to show some muscle. That look, that Thursday night game was not a fluke for the offense. That this can actually be a real weekly thing. You can also you might see Joe Flacco maybe kind of regress a little bit, like maybe throw an interception here. But as long as he knows to get the ball to his receivers, Jamar T, and I'm also going to throw Noah Fant, the tight end. He's been coming on since we signed him. So he's kind of came on strong a little bit. Is that a no diddy? I feel like that's a no diddy.
Nah.
All right, cool. All right. The chat got to keep me in line, man.
No, I did hear what you said in front of it though, so I'll revisit that. If you said Noah Fant's been coming on strong, so yeah. But no,
that's
man.
Another one, bro. That's another one.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
It is.
Yeah, that's 6.
But yeah, man, I got you guys winning. Like I said, you scored 24 points. It's a cakewalk. You scored 24 points, you win by 11 because the Jets ain't scored over 13 since September, I believe. I don't know. But so I see this game going the Bengals' way. Flacco in his 3rd game has got a little chemistry going with Chase and Higgins. The fact that you got a guy that's capable passer has opened up the run game a little bit for Chase Brown. So yeah, man, I like the Bengals to go ahead and win this game. And that's in New York, right?
Oh no, it's here, Cincinnati.
Okay, in Cincinnati. Okay. The last one, the Steelers, the last one for the division. The Steelers hosting the Packers. The Steelers are getting 3 points. Packers -3.
That sounds about right. Boy, on paper, you would think that it's going to be you can pick the Packers in this game, but I'm not surprised that if the Steelers win this game. They're at home, and they play better at home. The defense plays at home. And now I'm not just talking because you're playing the Renegade at the stadium and none of that. I ain't talking about none of that. It's just that playing in Pittsburgh is really tough to do. And until you actually experience it, especially as an NFC team, you just don't know. It's like when we talk to NFC teams about playing against Lamar. It's different than when you see it on film. Until you go against them in person, you ain't going to know until you actually get on the field and experience it. But I got a funny feeling that Pittsburgh is going to drop a second straight game in a row, and then you're going to hear all of these national pundits talk about like, oh man, here comes the Pittsburgh slide again. The difference is I don't think Pittsburgh's going to go on this crazy losing streak a little bit like how they ended last year. I think that they may lose this game by a couple of points. So I guess in the retrospect, I'll go with Green Bay to win this game, but Pittsburgh to still cover the 3. And I think that they only lose probably by 2, kind of like the Bengals and Steelers game this past weekend. This past Thursday. So I'll say Green Bay for now, just to be on the safe side. But I do anticipate Pittsburgh making this a dogfight. This feels like one of those ugly AFC North games where you see a couple of turnovers on both sides. And then you know how it goes. In the end, Pittsburgh can take the lead, and then the defense can just shut it out in the end to probably get the win. I would not be surprised if that's the layout, how this game is going to flow. But I think I'm going to have to go Green Bay, man. I'm sorry, Steelers fans in the chat, man. I got to go Green Bay.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's fair assessment. Just have what we've seen from the defense. But I think just like Steeler fans know way too well, we all know, I don't defend it. I defend him, the coach, Mike Tomlin. Like I said, I'm a huge proponent, supporter of African-American culture, especially successful ones that don't lose, never had a losing season, that do more with what they work with in the kitchen and cook good meals than other cooks and coaches do with the best ingredients. So I'm going to, but I mean, I do think he loses some games that they're expected to win when Pittsburgh's favorite, especially like more than a 6-point favorite. Be weary of them games if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, because that's what they call the Tomlin letdown. I don't call it that. Yinzers call it that. But I will say Tomlin as an underdog, let alone a home underdog, let alone in a primetime game at home. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh wins this one. For the win on the money line. They win outright. Not just getting +3. They went outright. I think this game play out. The defense gets going. Like I said, I saw Arizona win a close one last week. Green Bay win a close one last week against Arizona. So I'm going to say this one, the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers is going to look, you said it earlier, look to put up numbers. I picked him up in my fantasy football quarterback last week, and I dropped Justin Fields. So those games connect like this.
Yeah, that was smart play altogether. Look, I see a lot of guys, kind of talking about me in the chat, saying, "Oh, I wouldn't expect anything less from a Bengals fan. You want the Steelers to lose." Look, as a fan of the Bengals, yes, I want to see the Steelers to lose, but I'm not going to just go off from fan perspective. I 100% thought that the Steelers could actually win this game too. It was just one of those things. Like, look, man, if I got to pick a side. Right now, I think Green Bay is truly playing like a Super Bowl contender. That's really it. If it was against the Lions, in my opinion, on the road, I don't think Detroit is good enough to walk into an environment like Pittsburgh, even though they did it already against Baltimore on a Monday night and pull off the win. But I think Green Bay they still got to keep up pace with as showing up that they're one of the elites of the NFC, and they can't afford to be dropping games with Detroit still right there in their face as well too. So I think that's also part of it, but I do like Pittsburgh to bounce back strong in this game. And I think that I would not be surprised if Pittsburgh wins this game and Aaron Rodgers looks like Aaron Rodgers from, again, Thursday night, and he just finds that fountain of youth again. So I like it. I like it either way, but again, sorry, Steelers fans. I know y'all going to turn up on me a little bit. I expect nothing less from y'all.
I do know Green Bay won, like I said, against Arizona last week. They lost to the Browns, and Dallas dropped 40 on their head in a tie. So it's not like Green Bay is unbeatable, and they come into Pittsburgh. No diddy. They're going to be playing on the road in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And Let's take one more quick break and come back and run through the rest of these games real quick, not giving a whole bunch of assessment, but just getting through the picks. And we'll be right back after this. If you're watching on YouTube, you're not going anywhere, stay for the next 10 minutes of the show, and we'll wrap it up and get out of here. If you listen to the audio podcast, we have to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers, and we'll be right back after this. Stay with us. This is the last of these picks on the homies with your boy Tate tonight and the homie Jay Lacy in the building. We'll be right back.
Pay that man his money.
And we're back with these last few picks to try and get you paid. Don't listen to it. We're not telling you bet, but we're just going to make picks, and I would bet on my picks. So you don't have to. I would. But Jay Lacy, let's get through this last few of these games, man. I'm going to the old scroll of 1B Dirt, the old handwritten scroll in Roman numerals, Roman font. Bills, Panthers at home. Panthers getting 7 points.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills, man. I'm going with the Bills. I know Panthers have been playing some good football lately, but I still think that Buffalo, I trust them to be back at their normal self. They're coming off of a bye week too, so I think that they're going to actually show that those 2 games that they lost prior to the bye, they're ready to go on a run. And sorry, Carolina, you're going to be the first victim on Buffalo's comeback route, I should say, comeback rally.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Bills too. I mean, that 7 points is tempting, but I figure if they're going to win, they're going to win by at least a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't cover it. But, I mean, so they win by 10. I got Buffalo. Buffalo don't scare me, though. Unless they make a trade and get an explosive weapon outside, they don't scare me. You just focus on little Dalvin Cook, little brother James Cook, and taking Kincaid out the passing game. They don't got no explosion outside. So nope. Giants getting 7.5 against the Eagles in Philly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rock with Philly, man. I think that they do not want to get swept by the Giants after losing to them on the road in Thursday night. Again, that Thursday night road team curse still lives on. They're at home this time. And I fully expect, even though that A.J. Brown, I believe, is going to be out in this game, I still expect the Eagles to kind of really, I won't say put belt to A on this one here, but I do expect a nice sizable win and a solid, comfortable win for them, to the point where it's like, okay, we got this in the bag. We can kind of let our foot off the gas a little bit. Giants may kind of like storm back in the end to make it look like a respectable score, but nobody should be fooled by the final score, how it indicates, even though it's still a division game, anything can happen. But with the NFC East, man, it's pretty much how it's always been laid out. Yeah, I got the Eagles with this one here.
Boy, your mama told me you was disrespecting her, okay? So pick one. Either way it go, this ends with you getting a whooping.
Yeah, man. Philly gonna go ahead and take that belt on them this time, just because of what they did to him last time. You got Devontae Smith, AJ Brown going last week, so the last tape the Giants gonna look at is from last week's game, and they gonna see that, and they gonna, because they weren't able to pass the first game against the Giants on that Thursday night you're talking about. Jalen Hurts struggled, threw a pick down in the red zone and everything. Might have been his only pick of the year. It was his first pick of the year to that point. I don't know if he's thrown one since then. But, all that's cleaned up. And the only thing can happen now is that the threat of that pass now opens up the run game, and Saquon Barkley's going to hit you over the head. So I definitely got Philly winning this game by more than the tub. So, yeah, I'm picking Philly, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Dolphins, Falcons. Dolphins getting 7.5. Real quick for me, Dolphins, one of the worst teams in the league. Atlanta played a tough game last week against the 49ers, but I think they handled the Dolphins. I think that 7.5 is they gonna win by more than 7.5. So give me the Falcons, man. Beating the Dolphins just terrible, man. I don't like Mike McDaniel and everything. So that's where I'm at with that one.
I'm with you, bro. We ain't even got to fully escapade on this one because everything you said, bro, I fully agree with. Dolphins, I wouldn't even touch that team with a 10-foot pole. You can no Diddy that at this point. I don't even care.
No.
They're a bad organization, bad team, all of that, bro.
Got you. 49ers are getting 1.5 against the Texans. Texas favored by 1.5. That's like even money. Who you liking that one? 49ers on the road?
Yeah, I kind of picked the Houston Texans to win this game. This is a coin flip game, and I'm not surprised that the Texans are favored. I think that people know that the 49ers record may probably be a little bit of a fool's gold. They got too many injuries, and you can't sustain that way. Meanwhile, the Texans got one of the better defenses in the NFL, albeit they looked bad last week, but I fully expect them to kind of look like the normal Houston Texans that we've known with C.J. Stroud and that defense. D'Amico Ryan's kind of like really kind of developing that defensive side of the ball to his strengths, and I think that they win this game, and I'm not fooled by the record one bit. Give me the Texans.
We got a super chat. We'll get out of here. We got a few more picks to make, but from Claude, I'll let you read it, Jay Lacy. And I'll just say I told you so. Go ahead and read it.
That is funny because you literally did just warn me before the show, even like as the show was going on to start. But great show, Jay Lacy. Thanks for carrying the show. But Tate, you weren't too bad tonight, so I appreciate the compliment. But come on, man, you got to give Tate his flowers, bro. He's phenomenal, man.
Appreciate you, Claude. Appreciate you, Jay Lacy. But this game, man, you took the Texans, right?
Yeah, I took the Texans.
Okay, I'm gonna take the 49ers though, man, because who they played last week? Christian McCaffrey they played the Falcons. I just said it. They played the Falcons.
I picked the 49ers last week too.
Yeah, I picked the Falcons last week, and to me, the Falcons and Texans are similar. I mean, you can't really call them similar, and they got Bijan Robinson and Houston don't. That's where Houston's hurting at. They don't have Joe Mixon this year, but I'm going. If the 49ers defense played like they played last week, I think Robert Saleh has them boys going. They are injured, like you said. I mean, Nick Bosa out, Fred Warner out. Yeah,
they got no name pass rushers. They still figured out a way to generate pass rushers, but
that's what I'm looking at, and that's where Houston struggles.
Yeah. Because outside of, I like their corners though, man. I really like Derek Stingley. I think he helped stabilize that secondary. Kamari Lassiter, but the one guy for the Texans, man, he just can't stop getting personal foul penalties to save his life. Is it Alshire?
Yeah. The dude that clocked Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence last year.
Yeah, he still can't stop getting personal foul penalties to save his life. So it's risky to pick the Texans in this one, but they're at home. I do expect them to play better than they have before, and I feel like they got to keep up at some point.
Claude for the $2. Thanks, Claude. Last time for the $5.
Like
Claude said without Tate, there would be no homies. Appreciate you, Claude, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's why, hey, Claude, we all homies. I'm just the big homie, man. That's all. But yeah, man. So I like the 40. Bucks and Saints. Saints only getting 4.5. It's in New Orleans though, and the Bucks are kind of hurt. I still take Baker gonna cover that by itself. 4.5. Yeah, Baker good for a 10-point win. I don't care if me and you was his receivers, Jay Lacy.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield is one of my favorite players to watch this year. I think him and Dak Prescott should be the leaders in the MVP voting, even though I know Patrick Mahomes is on the leaderboard nationally now. But you ready for this though, bro? This is actually what I have as an upset for the Bucks.
Tell me that, man.
I do.
We pretty much got a rule on the homies. Now you can pick them to cover, but you can't pick them to win, man. We don't pick the Saints. We don't pick the Dolphins. I think that we switch sometime because one time we wasn't picking the Panthers either. And somebody might pick the Jets early, probably me because I had Justin Fields my fantasy quarterback. But yeah, man, nobody picked the Saints ever. I don't think Pay picked them to cover when they were, I believe, getting almost 14 against somebody a few weeks ago. Yeah, and they may have covered that, but nobody picked them to win. But go ahead, Jay. I just had to say that.
I mean, look, I get it. Trust me. From the eye test, is from the the numbers, all that stuff tells you, man, look, just pick the Bucks. They're playing like their hair's on fire right now, bro. Baker Mayfield, like I said, is playing like one of the MVP candidates in this league. But dude, the Saints are fun to watch this season. If we watch their games closer, they should have been able to beat Buffalo. Buffalo just kind of like made it out. The score looked out of reach in the end, but the Bills got taken to the woodshed on defense a little bit, led by Spencer Rattler in Buffalo. And that's a tougher place to play.
That's why I said Buffalo's not good as people think. Buffalo beat the Saints. They struggled against the Dolphins. They beat the Jets. They got 4 wins, right? I mean, that's 3 super bad teams right there.
Right.
And they play Carolina this weekend. Until Buffalo beat somebody, I think they can win games and maybe win that division, even though the Patriots are ahead in that division. Buffalo's not as good as what everybody has thought or going into it. They just got Josh Allen. And that just kind of amps up everybody's expectations when it comes to them a little bit. But like, and also too, if you know historically about the NFC South, when it comes to the Bucks versus Saints, the Saints have always historically given the Bucks trouble. Now that could also been the Tom Brady kryptonite kind of thing, kind of like Joe Burrow's kryptonite is the Cleveland Browns in this division for some reason. But I also seen the Saints when they didn't have really much to answer as at quarterback, and this is post Drew Brees, beat the Bucks, and that's even with Tom. But I'm thinking that this is one of those games where I'm going to pick the Saints as an upset. I know it's weird. I ain't betting it. Don't get me wrong. But like, it's one of those reasons because you said it yourself, like it's only 4.5, 3.5, or 4.5, whatever the spread is. Like, yeah, 4.5,
and it's because the Saints.
You taking the Saints?
It's because the Saints have been fun to watch. Now, again, I think this might be like a 1 or 2 point game where they might get a.
You're right. I am crazy.
Go ahead, Jay Lacy. Finish up.
I'll take the crazy. I'll take the crazy little thing. I like that, by the way. Y'all be got some dope spins on this show, man. I love it. But yeah, I had 2 upset specials, and one of them was the Ravens and Bears, but the other one is the Saints over the Bucks. I think the Saints can do it. If I'm crazy and they lose, like everybody expect them to lose, feel free to bring me on this show next week, and I'll come on here and I will be like, all right, man, I ain't doing none of this no more. I will abide by the rules. I ain't betting on the New Orleans.
Hey, Claude. Hey, Claude. You ain't been at night and you ain't there, but you the keeper. Jay Lacy coming to join you, man. he in the Matrix with you, coming to visit his boy Tim in there, Claude. But yeah, man, next up game, Cowboys getting 3.5 and Mile High against the Broncos. I like the Broncos defense more. I like the Cowboys offense. I think the fact that it's in Mile High, I think Bo Nix is going to do something with his legs. I'm taking the Broncos, giving it 3.5. I got the Broncos winning a 24-20 game.
Yeah, this was tough for me to pick. I ain't gonna lie. I ultimately landed with the Cowboys to be able to pull off the dub on the road. And that's just because, man, I don't really know if I trust this Broncos offense long term. Like I thought I did. And I was thinking that they was going to just start going crazy on folks, man. Like that, Bo Nix, he ain't seeing no sophomore slump. He's been good. Last week they pulled off the miraculous comeback win, but like, I'm sorry, but like, the Giants really ain't all that impressive to me either. And the Giants should have won that game. But the spirit of Demaryius Thomas kind of helped them out with that one. So the Broncos won that. But I think they're going to have a different challenge with both CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Now, I like the Denver defense and their corners to be able to hang with those guys. But, yeah, give me the Cowboys, man. Give me the Cowboys in the close game.
Yeah, Surtain Xing one of them out. I don't care which one. He Xing one of them out. And you can and you can scheme the other, but no, that's a fair pick though. I just think I know. Okay, so it's strength on strength, right? Is the Cowboys' offense against their defense, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's strength on strength. Now weakness on weakness, I think the Broncos' weakness is better than the Cowboys' weakness. The Broncos' offense is better than the Cowboys' defense. So that's how I get to where I'm at.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, man. Like I kind of have to agree.
Boo, the Titans are getting 14.5 at the Colts. The Colts and the Packers, who have a tie, but they're the only last one-loss teams in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh boy. All
I
right. So let's
usually, and this is a no Diddy. I'm gonna be quick. No Diddy for that too. 14 and a half. I always go with in the NFL. I always go with that bigger number, man. But this time, I'm kind of scared to do that, man. I kind of think the Colts might just handle that, man, and just
Boy, your mama told me you was disrespecting her, okay? So pick one. Either way it go, this ends with you getting a whooping.
Yeah, man. give me the Colts, man. If you beat somebody by covering 14 and a half, you definitely BTA in them. So give me the Colts.
Yeah, bro. Same, man. The Colts been putting on an avalanche of points, bro. Like this offense looks great. And we had Lou Anarumo here in Cincinnati. At some point, I still feel like that the defense is going to go against somebody that it's not going to be an easy task for them. And all of that's going to start to subside a little bit. The Colts at some point is going to come back to the pack with the rest of the AFC, and their record's going to kind of look like it. But this ain't the week that I'm picking that to happen. The Titans, just like the Miami Dolphins, this is a bad team. Although I really do like what I've been seeing from Cam Ward. He's just in a bad spot right now with a bad organization that kind of set – I don't want to say set him up to fail. He's just with a bad team. He's been all right, but the team around us has been bad. They fired their coach already, Brian Callahan, who Joe Burrow got him a head coaching job, by the way. Yeah, I ain't trusting the Titans whatsoever, not even to cover this spread, even though I know that a 14.5 points game is a little bit too rich for my blood to bet the Colts to cover. I'm still taking the Colts to win this game, and I think that they probably will cover it.
You ain't putting no money in it, but you putting your word on it.
Exactly.
I get it, man. Yeah, okay. Last game, the Monday night game, man. Another big number. But I think I usually don't go with the team. This is the Commanders at the Chiefs. Commanders are getting 12.5 points. Jaden Daniels not playing. So yeah, man, I got the Chiefs, man. I'm not gonna keep it. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was on a burner the past 3 or 4 weeks. He got Rasheed Rice back. Travis Kelce's been playing decent. They Xavier Worthy and Rice together, and you put Marquise Hollywood Brown out there in the slot. The boy's loaded, man. So
yeah, bro.
I got this might be the best weapons Patrick Mahomes has since Tyreek Hill left.
I agree. Yeah, and you know what, bro? I hate to say this. Because as a Bengals fan, the team you really hate the most is Kansas City Chiefs. Because and Chiefs fans know it that we're the team that they hate the most too. They can beat Buffalo, they can beat Baltimore, but when it comes to us against them in the playoffs, bro, they don't want to see us. But here's the thing I hate to say: the Chiefs actually might be back. We might see their ass in the Super Bowl again, just because they are getting healthy at the right time. You already mentioned their receiving core. This sucks that Jaden Daniels ain't playing this week because I was really looking forward to that matchup. But I gotta go with the Chiefs, bro. That defense, even without them being at home, they play a lot better on defense at home. When on the road, I just like, you know what? The Commanders, I don't trust them to kind of win the game by 11 points or 11.5 points or whatnot. I think that the Washington Commanders might cover. I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. Is it Marcus Mariota?
Marcus Mariota, yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe they do cover that.
Yeah, it's in Kansas City. It's on Monday night. Patrick Mahomes on the burner. Mariota didn't look great last week. Terry McLaurin, did he make it back last week? Debo Samuel.
They played.
They're out without both of them, Debo and McLaurin last week.
Yeah, bro, it's over. It's a wrap.
Eckler got hurt early in the year. I mean, Travis Kelce's their number one weapon right now, if you ask me. And they don't got no Jaden Daniels with the threat with the run. So it's easy for me to take the Chiefs to win by 12.5. So which means a touchdown and 2 field goal or 2 touchdowns. So I got the Chiefs. Who you got, man?
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm with you taking the Chiefs, and you just really convinced me that they can actually cover that spread. I got it. Yeah, I'll even put money to bet on that they'll cover that whole line too.
Yeah,
so
I'll put money on that before I put money on the other one with the Colts and the Titans.
The Titans, yeah.
The Titans, I don't even know who their backup quarterback is.
I don't know either. Yeah, that's that. You would think it would have been Malik Willis because he would have been a perfect backup to like Cam Ward, but
they got rid of him. He in Green Bay.
Yeah,
but they had Will Levis out for the season.
Yeah, I don't know who their backup is. It's crazy. They can take Jake Brown if they want. You muted. There you go.
Brandon, no, I was muted because I was talking to AI. Brandon Allen is the Titans backup quarterback.
Another former Bengal.
Another former Bengal,
yeah.
So
Man, Brian Callen.
Can he keep it under 15?
Man, seriously, like nah. Another former Bengal backup quarterback that was not good, and yeah, I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to everybody for joining us, for tapping in. We definitely appreciate you all. Had a great time. We got Jay Lacy back, man. A lot of good football intel, football knowledge. You know, he might just be a step under your boy, the football savant here. But so we definitely had a homie back, man. Jay Lacy, go ahead and plug yourself. Tell us where we can find you, what's going on. As a matter of fact, man, next time in a couple of weeks, Steelers and Bengals play. Let's have you back then, man. That week.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's make that happen. I definitely want to make my way back to the show. Especially, I already gave a promise. Especially like if
shout out from your boy. Thanks for the 2, Tim Lyons.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate
Jay
you, yes, sir.
The Running Through the Jungle podcast. Definitely go check it out. Jay Lacy, you ain't got to say it. I'm saying it. Go tap in, hit the like button, subscribe button. Hey, I ain't telling you to watch it. A lot of y'all Steelers fans. But, man, get them boys a like and a subscribe and check them out sometime.
Hey, yeah, we talk ball on there. You know, you're going to have me on there. So I'm a fresh face on the show as well, too. So you guys know how you guys got a chance to experience the deep dive and the analytical mind that I always talk with when I do on the show, when we do Running Through the Jungle episodes or Raw reactions. I come with a lot of emotion. I come with a lot of passion. No Diddy.
No Diddy. That is definitely a way to close this show.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. But yeah, you can check me out on Twitter, just bangling around. You see the tag on YouTube if you're watching. But like I said, you can catch me on Running Through the Jungle every Wednesday night at 8:05. That's when we go live on our channel. But like at the end of the day, man, this is fun. I definitely can't wait to make my way back onto the Homie podcast here with you guys again.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, tomorrow, man, let me say this real quick. Tomorrow, we're supposed to make the college picks in the morning with Big G. And then the Jag 2G, just a guy in 2 Geniuses show. We're gonna be talking about the NBA, the gambling fiasco in the NBA, and then we think across sports. We're gonna talk about that. I haven't got a chance to set the time yet. Tomorrow, last week we went in like 10:45 up to about 11:45. I'd like to do the same thing tomorrow, but man, every other Saturday, I forgot when we set it up. Every other Saturday, your boy got a barber's appointment. I got to be at my barber's appointment. That's at 10 in the morning, so I don't know if I'll be back. We'll see how we might run a little later. We might go later in the day. We're gonna get that show out there. It's gonna be happening soon. Just hit the notification button, hit the bell, check it out when it pops up, and we'll just do it like that. So for me, that's all for now. On Sunday, you got the KnoItAllz, the Fast and Furious 60-minute rundown of NFL Sunday. We'll be on there then. Thanks to the homie Jay Lacy. And until next week on the homies, we out. Peace.
What's up, homie?
You can't handle the truth. Pay that man his money.
Never say never, but never.
Let's go.